What is going on, y'all? What is going? What is happening? What is popping in y'all neck of the woods? We are back. We are back. We are back. I am your boy Quaman Star G, and welcome back to MulDiversity. We are your keys ready to unlock that part 2 to this amazing battle. But in any case, enough of me yammering on. Let me go ahead and toss it to the rest of my crew. So yeah, let's get into it. Starting off with ladies first from a remote area in the country, Miss Avia.
What is up, everyone? I am in Amarillo, Texas right now, but we are continuing our battle of the big three with our theatrical releases. So let's get into it. It's a battle, so let's do it.
Word up. And now let's toss it over to omnipotent odd geek himself, Mike, and let's get it on.
You gonna say that every time? That cracks me up every time. What's going on, good people? Thanks for coming out. You know, the battle of the big three. Let's talk about these movies that they released. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 second, because we are not on YouTube. We're not live on YouTube.
Oh.
Yes.
It says we're live on YouTube. It has the symbol at the top.
Go to our YouTube video. Are we live now? Because we had some issues. I know our viewer base just dropped, and then now it's slowly coming back on. Yeah, we're back up now. I don't know what happened. But yes, in case you missed it the first time, Avia, omnipotent odd geek, and now we got the water bearer himself.
I love this background.
It is me.
Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. I don't know who trying to shut us down, but it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Now, in any case, in any case, we are back at it with part 2 of our battle of the big three. Last week, we talked about the shows and the general impact each network had, but now we're going to go to something that I don't think too many people really pick up on and understand the significance of, and that is the movies. Not just Nickelodeon produced movies or Disney produced movies, because Lord knows we know there's a metric ton of those. No, we are talking about the shows that transcended the networks and were able to get theatrical releases for their property. And we're going to be diving into that. So before we launch, y'all, what are y'all thoughts and opinions going forward? What do y'all think is going to be the standard? What do y'all think is going to be learned and decided upon tonight?
You know, this is a little real messy. It's a little cute next to gorgeous. Nah. Let me stop. No, this is gonna be exciting because when I was looking at the list of movies from each network, I was like, this is gonna be very interesting because, you know, you want to, talk about The Last Airbender from Nickelodeon. Everybody hates that movie. But I think there are some good contenders. I think there are some good, things from those contenders. So let's see what we all think about that and how this all plays out.
Word. Avia?
Yeah, I agree with Mike, but as far as quantity and quality, Nickelodeon's probably going to take it. Nickelodeon's probably going to come out on top. So we'll see how that goes.
This is not to be so messy.
Yeah,
what you gonna say, Aaron?
Yeah, what's on your mind, Aaron?
This SummerSlam,
where did that come from? The SummerSlam.
It's summer, and it's a slam. And you're welcome to the jam. I don't know. But anyway, these yeah, it's a list. This is a list. I mean,
Let's
I
throw me
will
all
say
the way
just
off.
because you have a cool R&B song attached to your movie, don't make it good. So
Uh,
and and what we'll because what I know we were pretty clear about. I want to just be extra clear. It's going to be focused around one, have we seen the movies, because there's certain movies that I don't think we've all seen. Two, in certain cases we'll be breaking down their historical significance, because there are some good and some bad historically significant movies on this list. Some are obvious, some are not. And thirdly, and most importantly, we will be 100% be giving our own opinions on it and seeing how everything shakes out and bakes out. So yeah.
Shake that bad like you got the flour in it, which you know.
And some of these movies are surprising, because I was surprised to find out about a lot of these times and dates. And I'd say we should start in chronological order. Or do y'all want to do it by brands?
I think by brands.
Friends, yeah.
What up, Phil?
What's up?
What's up,
Hey.
SummerSlam indeed?
Yeah, we got SummerSlam.
Rugrats in the purr.
Period.
Yeah, so okay, then let's do from from most to least. Let's do that. Let's focus on that. And the first one, and that's Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon has the most television shows that got a movie that released in theaters. And we will be starting off with, of course, the 1997 classic Good Burger, because Good Burger was on the Amanda Show, and not Amanda Show. What's up, Daddy O? Was on all that, and on that. But Good Burger was on all that. The skit starring Kale Mitchell and Kenan Thompson would show up from here and there. But they were a duo at the time, Kenan and Kale. You already know what the business is. So they turned it into a film, highly successful film, classic film. Some might even call it a hood classic. Some might say it's a childhood classic. So yeah, I think my first memory of watching Good Burgers was watching it on the orange VHS. Y'all remember when the VHSs and Nickelodeons would always have specific colored VHSs, and watching that back in the day, and I was like, had to been about 3 or 4, but I remember a lot of the beats of it. Then remember watching it with my brother and thinking it was hilarious when they were in the psych ward, and the George Clinton song was playing in there and it was breaking out. Sinbad as they teacher from with the old school swag going on and everything. It was also one of the first movies where I was mad watching it, because when Kenan and Kale fell out, because they found out that it was Kale who ruined Kenan's life and everything. I was like, what? But they're supposed to be friends and everything. So
that's friends go through things. That's that trial and tribulation and resolutions to figure out if you can go through it and work through it and find a resolution. But you gotta have that character development.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and plus Carmen Electra was fine in there. Also, Regina King was in there as well. That was I'm not Mandela affecting it. That was Regina King, right? As Kenan's love interest, right? It's been a long time since I've seen Good Burger.
Let's see.
Regina King was in it. It's a hood classic, then.
Right. Period.
Because I was about to say, all I can think about
Respect
is
the queen.
Hood when
Respect
it comes to
the queen,
hood classics.
For real.
It's just Good Burger just reminded me, they like you said last episode, all that pretty much took the SNL standard, and they pretty much did the same thing, like how the Blues Brothers was a skit in SNL and it became a movie. They pretty much did the same thing with Good Burger, and
right.
I remember just watching it on Nickelodeon all the time whenever they would show it on Nickelodeon, and like the futuristic burger place is awesome.
Homegirl was Shar Jackson, actually.
Shard
I was
Jackson.
just I was about to say it was Shar Jackson.
That's why I made sure to ask. It's been a minute since I've seen Good Burger, and I'm explaining. I'm gonna say why in a minute. But Mike, Aaron, what are y'all opinions on it? Avia too, if you have any more to add.
That's pretty much it. It's a classic. I love the Good Burger sketches, all that, and love when they turn it into a movie. And if it comes on, I'll still watch it. To this day, I'll still watch it.
I think that's one of the things that you could say, like they took the skit and was able to turn the skits into an actual movie. I'm surprised that because the movie did well, I'm surprised they didn't make it a series, because I think it could have been a series, especially picking up where they left off with, the competitor restaurant and everything like that. Would they had other competitors? Would they would have had a Taco Bell, spoof? Would they would have had a, KFC spoof or something like that? It could have been, it could have really turned into a series after the movie, and we could have got more. So shout outs to Nickelodeon for actually taking a skit, turning it into a movie, and it could have had potential. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Points were made. No, like Mike, Avy, I made good points. Like it's good to see these movies, be reflected from the skits. But I will say, I'm really glad that we can see that Kel is the funnier of the duo. I'm glad that the stab.
I was gonna ask. So who did you either like? Because
I rock with both of them. To be honest, I rock with.
Keenan was funny, but Kel was hilarious.
I mean, it's the
hilarious.
It's the classic. It's the classic. It's the classic straight man. It's the classic straight man goofball dynamics. I can't really compare them all.
Everyone cared about Three Stooges. We love Curly.
They could have did a remake of the Three Stooges. No
we love Groucho with Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah.
Everyone's young for that. Never mind.
Shout outs to my dad watching. He's getting important business taken care of, and he's still finding time in the day. Still finding time. Still finding time in the day to come out and support the kid. So appreciate it, Daddy-O. So I'm gonna say this, and it's a controversial take.
It wouldn't be you if it wasn't controversial.
So, and I want and just saying, Good Burger never stuck with me like that. It just didn't. Good Burger never stuck. The skits, I can laugh my ass off to the skits any day of the week.
Stirring the pot already.
But the movie,
13 minutes in.
I done seen the movie at least 4 times over my entire life, and it's nothing really like it's nothing really sticks out. It just don't. Like I remember the last time I watched it as a fully developed adult, I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. That's cool. It's like the most things I remember is Roxanne and Carmen Electra and the song playing. Like that's about it. Like that's about it. And that Jay-Z did the theme song for the Galaxy Burger dudes or whatever their name was, and that's about it. Like that's and when they was trying to sneak in there to steal back the secret formula for Good Burger, but other than that, it's just it didn't stick. It just didn't stick. I respect Good Burger and what it means to the culture and everything, but it's just like, yeah. Still put it like number 3 under the Kenan and Kel accomplishments. Hell, I would put the Kenan and Kel movie over Good Burger if I'm being honest with you. But
I agree.
That's another topic for another day. But I mean, yeah, that's why I'm kind of a little bit unenthused because Good Burger really just like all it is. Welcome to Good Burger. Can I get your order? That's to me like what it is. So, it's still on Netflix. It's still on Netflix, so I say like if I'll watch it again to see if my lukewarm. And I'm not saying it's garbage, y'all. I'll never say it's garbage because that'd be a lie, but it's definitely not one of those films that just stuck with me.
It don't stick like grits. Keep it moving.
Unlike some other films on this list that absolutely did. So next up on the list of movies from Nickelodeon is, of course, the first ever Nicktoons film. And that would be, and let me see if I can, yes, a year later, the Rugrats movie.
Yes. Yes.
Now, let's read some of these comments. A lot of people are agreeing with me. Whoa, I was not.
Ugh.
I was not expecting that. I thought some folks was gonna be tearing my ass up in the comments. But I'm with the wave. But yeah, Rugrats the movie. Now we're getting into some. Now we're starting to step the game up a little bit more. I remember the first time I saw this damn movie. It was on what, VHS again.
Oh, you didn't go to theaters to see
Theaters.
I did not go to the theaters and see it. Actually, I thought I did earlier today, but no, I said no. I saw that at home. I think I saw that at a birthday party too.
Oh my god!
What stuck out to me about this movie, and it's kind of, and there's going to be another movie on the list that does the same thing, is how it ties the show and the film together perfectly. Because I remember there being a Thanksgiving episode where Dee Dee, she says that she's pregnant, and then that's the lead into the movie.
Yep.
And I was like, oh man, that's pretty cool. And then the movie is basically Tommy becoming a big brother, a new Rugrat, Dill Pickle. Shout outs to Tara Strong, who voiced Dill. Funniest thing I ever heard in one of her interviews was that when she was auditioning for the role, she was making baby sound so good that it was that one of the mothers with the newborn started lactating because she thought she had to prepare for her baby. So that just shows the level of skill she had at voice acting. Still has, by the way. But
a legend. Voice acting legend.
Yes, an absolute legend. And speaking of Rugrats and legends, shout outs to Cree Summer. Today is her birthday. Queen of animation, queen of voiceovers. She is goated. If you had a favorite black woman character in a cartoon, she voiced it and voiced it well. So shout outs to her. Yeah, the movie was good. Them getting lost in the forest, them trying to reconnect with each other. Tommy being an infant, learning how to be a big brother. That was very meaningful to me. I almost cried a couple of times when I first watched it. Angelica singing One Way or Another, trying to find them babies. That was pretty hype. That man Tommy almost trying to take his brother out with some peanut butter. That was pretty weird. And I hear it also has some allusions to some other things. They were very forward thinking. But yeah, definitely rock with the Rugrats movie. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just talking about, Chelsea.
Yes. Did he really hold the bottle like this, just like
man?
Like,
it's the way they made that whole wood scenes very, very dramatic. Like the whole atmosphere changed when they got to the woods. Like,
Jesus,
I
it was not.
in my head saying it. I could hear him in my head saying that.
Yeah, me too. Like that's like just hear Reed. That's woo. What y'all got? What y'all got from this movie? What y'all take away from it?
Man, it's like what you said. It's a perfect segue from the show to the movie, and then back to the show. Because Dill becomes a staple in the show after the movie, and the dialogue when I was rewatching it, like the dialogue's actually very clever and very funny, and I didn't realize how funny it was till I rewatched it. And being a fan, of the original show, I just wish that they would have given my girl Susie Carmichael more time.
Yeah.
And she would have been a part of, them going in the forest. She would have been the voice of reason. Like, okay, we gotta go here. My responsibility says here. No, Tommy, we're going here. We're going this way. But if she was the voice of reason, the movie would have been so much shorter. So so I see why they didn't bring her in, but I would have loved her to be part of the game when they were, trying to, because they made it feel like she wasn't, but it was at the same time. I don't know. But for the most part, I still love this movie. It is just nostalgic feels. So
yes, I almost cried. I was gonna say something and blow up your spot where you at, but I'm not. Mike, go ahead. What's your takeaway from Rugrats movie?
Phenomenal. 10 out of 10. 10s across the board. I remember watching the marathon before the movie premiered, on TV. I remember the promotion, Burger King. You had to go get the watches and everything, all the toys. I had them all. It was iconic, especially for the 90s and us growing up with Nickelodeon. That was an iconic point in our time for that movie. So very enjoyed it.
Biggity facts. Aaron?
I mean, I agree 100%. Like, the movie did what it had to do. I really don't think, other than two other movies that we're going to talk about are on par with this thing, because I mean, like, the freaking soundtrack, Maya, Blackstreet, Take Me There, like that.
Which we cannot play, unfortunately, because we would get Omega level DMCA even as a YouTube. It was fire.
Like, it was. Still is.
I remember they did the marathon up until the lead of the release of the video.
Right.
Yes.
Like, that was.
That just took me back. Oh,
right?
God. That just took
so what you're saying is it took you there? So you're saying take me there? I want to
go there. Take me there, baby.
Let's go there.
For real. Yeah. The Rugrats movie was goated. I loved it, but there was a movie I love a little bit more than the Rugrats movie, and Key has been saying it all in the comment section, and that is Rugrats in Paris.
Yes.
Which for those who don't know the story, Jay-Z and Kanye actually were inspired to do it. They were actually inspired to do Negroes in Paris after watching Rugrats in Paris. They literally the movie, after watching the movie, they went, you know what, we need to make a song that is similar in tone, in script delivery, and all of those aspects. And that's what it came down to. That's how we got dun 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 dun.
Chucky Chan right there.
Man, you can even hear some of the Chucky Chan. You can even hear some of the Chucky Chan theme song in Negroes in Paris.
Yeah.
And just the fact that they redid scenes from The Godfather. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes. Rugrats in Paris is literally like one of my favorite sequel movies of all time. I saw that in theater. I can tell you straight up, I saw that in theater. And the introduction, again, a Rugrats movie introducing a new primary character who will be with the series for the rest of the time. Kimmy, shout outs to Kimmy, and Chucky's dad finding his next wife, because Chucky's whole family stuff is some of the saddest and just general heartfelt things in the entirety of Rugrats, and coping with that, especially at a young age. What's up, Raya? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you.
Because it was so sad, like when at the beginning at the wedding, when all the kids were dancing with their moms, so he was just sitting there alone, like, I don't have a mom to dance with. I'm like, oh, Chucky, no.
And then the impact of Chucky being the first one to talk out of all of the babies canonically by saying no. Deep. What y'all take away from Rugrats in Paris, besides it inspiring one of the best Jay-Z and Kanye West songs?
It was a great sequel to the original. So, they continued the storyline. Like you said, they introduced a prominent character. They gave one of the characters, a nice trial and tribulations of going through not having a mother, then actually having a family, and then a sister at that as well. So, it did what it needed to do as a sequel. I think that's one sequel that I can say has done what it needed to do.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm wearing shades, because I just really teared up. Aaron?
I'll say it. Hot take. It was good. It wasn't great.
What? All right, that's it. You know what, guys? Thank you guys for watching MulDiversity.
Let him
we will
say
see
what
y'all
he
next
gotta
time.
say.
Now I'm fired up. Go ahead and say it, Aaron. Go ahead and say your piece.
It had y'all. Y'all described all of the best scenes. Yeah, it was great scenes and a cool movie. It was cool.
I mean,
so I'm fired up. Y'all not gonna do this to Rugrats in Paris. Y'all are not gonna do this.
If it don't fly, what you say? If it don't fly,
if it don't fly, let it fly. But like had such an original take on in the first movie, and we just get a cliche, gold digger
cliche
in the sequel. I mean,
oh, he's stirring the pot even more.
Yep.
Oh, put a little salt and pepper, a little Creole sauce,
no, we not finna. We not finna.
It was a cool movie. It was cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to at Aaron Michael J on Twitter and just do a gif of pointing in shame at him for saying that Rugrats in Paris was cute next to George.
Go for it.
How daring of you!
Wait a minute.
I'm fine. You know what? No, I'm not. You know what? No, we're not gonna keep doing this. Next movies. We're moving on. We're moving forward.
I mean, if you want to keep it a bug, Go Wild was a little bit better than. If you want to keep it a bug because they crossed over.
Next movie. The Wild Thornberrys movie. That shit sucked. I'm getting my hot take out the way now. I'm saying that shit sucked. Nobody wants to watch a Wild Thornberrys movie where Eliza can't do the one thing the show is focused around for 90% of the fucking movie. No one wants to watch that. Whoever said, yeah, let's make the Wild Thornberrys movie focus on her not using her power, and then we give it back to her. That was the worst decision. That's why no one talks about Wild Thornberrys except for the Nigel memes that came and went. And it's all your fault, person who made the Wild Thornberrys film. How dare you? Y'all got it. Now I'm fired up. Aaron, this is your fault. Mike, this is your fault as well.
How is it my fault? Like, you just
not wrong, though. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
I mean, what's the difference than a superhero losing their powers and then getting it back?
Didn't good there anyway either.
I mean, I'm not talking about Wonder Woman 84. I'm talking about like the other. I'm not talking about something you wanted to take it now. Let's go.
It just went left. It just went so left.
No, but I'm serious. Like, how can a character develop if they don't go through something? I feel like that could have been the only thing at that time because that's her, that's her power and everything. What else could have happened? Would they get stuck in the Arctic?
But see, Spider-Man 2 actually did it well because Spider-Man is cool and the Wild Thornberrys is not. Avia, what's your opinion on it? What's your opinion on it? Because I'm just getting mad, and you tend to make everybody happy. So what was your opinion on it?
Well, to be honest, it's been a minute since I've seen the movie. It's been a minute. Because I kind of forgot what the plot was. So this is one that I watched like years ago. Like, but I mean, for the most part, what do you say? Like that's pretty much what the plot is. Like her losing her power, losing her powers to fight the animals and then getting it back. Like I'm kind of mixed here because you're right. That is kind of like. It's a cop out, but at the same time, it's not like Michael saying it's character development too, because it's like her trying to come back. So y'all got me in the box here. Y'all got me in the box.
Come out the box.
Not the imagination box.
I sure was going to say that.
Imagination.
So we're in agreement. That movie sucked. It's awful. Rugrats in Paris is better than that movie, and Rugrats in Paris is
I'm
better.
25-75, no shade.
Well, when the Wild Thornberrys do show up in something else, it ain't working either. So.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get there. But before we get there, we gotta talk about another movie that came out in the year 2002. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, Hey Arnold, the movie, or as I like to call it, How to Fumble the Bag 101. Because
Wait a
There was-
minute. Time out. I thought y'all said Nickelodeon was gonna take the bag.
I didn't. That was y'all speaking independently about y'all opinions on it. I was quiet about everything because I know what is the best.
Y'all cooking the books, and I see it already.
I didn't. Who is y'all? Avian and Aaron, the A squares. I ain't get my.
Because y'all was so. Oh, Nickelodeon got this in the bag. But okay.
I was just retweeting.
You can criticize. You can criticize.
I was just retweeting.
Still win. Ciao.
But yeah, Hey Arnold the movie is a classic example of fumbling the bag because nobody wanted to see that movie. There was literally one thing people who watched Hey Arnold wanted to know, and that was where the hell his parents were. That's the only thing. Nothing else mattered. Nothing else mattered with that. You were gonna have everything. Helga and Arnold confessing their feelings for each other. All of this other stuff. All of that would have happened in the space of that movie. But what did we get? A Men in Black 2 ripoff. And I'm not gonna say that I don't think the Hey Arnold movie is good. I actually like the Hey Arnold movie. But it was obviously not what anybody wanted. And you can argue why the series ended up not getting a revival until about 2-3 years ago when they finally made the movie that they should have made, which was the Jungle movie, which was finding out where Arnold's parents were. And it's just like, I get it, but I don't respect it. The respect ain't there. And therefore, I can't speak too good on that. What y'all opinions on it?
Oh, ooh.
I'm not here for the movie. And I don't care. I'm over it. Like, by that point in my childhood, which was when I was a flat 10 years old, I was over the save the city, save the town, save the neighborhood. I was over those storylines. Like, I just wanted to see, was he going to see his parents? I didn't care. And the fact that was the last thing we saw.
For damn near 15 years. 15 years. Mike, Avia.
I agree. Yeah.
Not a bit.
It didn't do it was like, it was okay. It was okay. And one thing that I really did wish was that when Helga did profess her love for Arnold, it wasn't a take back. Like, she actually meant it when she said it and not go back to being mean to him, but they fumbled the bag there. And his parents, like you say, his parents trying to figure out where his parents are. And then just make it more, instead of saving the neighborhood, make it more of a character study about who he is as a person, with all the people kind of similar to the show, but more introspective of who he is as a person and how his parents, shaped him. And, he wants to find him. And that's how I think the movie should have went. But that's just me.
Word to mother. Mike?
Next.
Damn, I agree. Yes, and now the next one up from Nickelodeon, is the movie we already established as being whack as hell, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Rugrats Go Wild. What was the point? What was the point of this movie? Like, to focus on Bruce Willis being the voice of Spike, which amounted to nothing in the movie. Why? What was the point of those two shows crossing over?
I was about to say, I think if you want to talk about fumbling in the bat, I think that's where they thought they had a brilliant idea for a crossover with the theatrical release. And, you had two, I guess you could say they had two shows that they could actually cross over with. As you say, Spike is talking, so Eliza can talk to Spike, but I don't think it meshed well, just because it's like, why did you even put them two together?
Right, because it's like
it should have been Our Real Monsters meets the Wild Thornberries.
Yeah,
I
would love
I agree.
I would love that.
Why? Like, if you're not gonna have Eliza talk to the babies, then what the hell is the point of having it? Like, the babies are literally the main characters of the goddamn show, and Eliza is the main character of her show. Why are you not having the main characters interact? Why are you having these proxy characters interact in a movie. Not just like if it's a TV movie, fine, whatever, you can go in peace. But a theatrical release, and it's like, and they pushed this shit hard, and it annoyed the hell out of me. They pushed this movie hard, like this was just the movie you had to watch, and I'm like, no, it ain't. Like, no, it is not. This is not the movie you just have to watch. I'm over being disappointed, y'all. Like, I'm very over being disappointed with this movie, with just talking about this movie, experiencing this movie. Exactly.
Luckily,
So
there's another movie that came out a year later. So
let's keep going. Let's keep going.
That's awesome.
Have we all said our piece on this movie? All right, now we getting into GOAT status. Now we getting into, in my opinion, I put this at number 3 in the overall best movies from this entire setup. This is number 3. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I give you the theatrical masterpiece that is the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Yes.
brother,
Like, if we're talking about films, if we're talking about films spelled F-I with the funny dot L-M-E with the accent over that, if we're talking that, then SpongeBob SquarePants the movie is that film. I heard that acclaimed film critic Jonita Davis said that this was one of the best movies she's ever seen in her life.
I did too.
I believe that's what she said.
I'm not opening that can of worms.
Right.
Like, I believe that she would recommend that 10 out of 10. And yes, and like, it's just, where do I start? The Now That We're Men song, the goddamn Krusty Krab burger mobile that's the only car SpongeBob know how to drive because he's just that damn good of a fry cook. Plankton finally doing something and stealing the formula. King Neptune, one of 2 performances of Scarlett Johansson's career where she's actually good and entertaining in it. God dang, the fucking bathroom scene with the bubbles and then them trying to weed out the babies. I'm a goofy goober at the end. Like, what else is there to say? What else is there to say? This movie is immaculate. It's fantastic. It's you know the line, Aaron.
Yep.
You already know the Gaga line about this movie.
Yes,
Go
it's
ahead.
Amazing, spectacular, show-stopping. Never the same. Just eat it, shit it, birth it. Like, it's amazing. Like, the movie, just the ending alone. You know, I'm a goofy goober. Rock, like Plankton actually winning, and then, you know, getting his ass handed to him. Like, we care. That's how you tell a story. We actually get to see SpongeBob. Canon-wise, that is the series finale. I don't care what nobody says, because the way that thing ends, it's a perfect ending for everybody. Like, it makes so much sense. The Krusty Krab 2, like SpongeBob growing, like it just. Steven Hillenburg, he did the damn thing. R.I.P. Man, like that was the greatest thing. Like Roger Ebert, like came up and said 2 thumbs up, 4 thumbs up, 8 thumbs. Like the movie was just amazing. You know,
Yes.
Christopher Nolan wish he could do something like this. I'm sorry, it's true.
Some even say that Zach was inspired to do the Snyder Cut.
That's right.
Because of this film.
No, he wanted to do the entire 5 arc was inspired by this damn movie.
But yeah, by the hero's journey Patrick and SpongeBob was going on.
Right.
Yep.
Like I heard that Feige sat down when he was constructing what the MCU was going to be. He watched Richard Donner's Superman, R.I.P. to the GOAT, and the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Yep.
Like he looked at those 2 films as what needed to be done. Mike, what are your thoughts and opinions on SpongeBob?
It's a classic. I love SpongeBob to this day. I'm currently watching a new series right now on Paramount Plus. Yeah, it's a classic. I will always go back and watch the movie and laugh. I'll laugh at SpongeBob right now.
Of course, I think we all are. Everyone watching and everyone here can agree to that.
Mm-hmm.
Can agree that is the wave. So, moving on to the next movie on the list is what's this? another SpongeBob movie, SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water from 2015. So I did see this movie, and a lot of people at the time were kind of trepidatious about it because they thought it was going to be mostly live action and CG. It was not. It was primarily 2D animation, good 2D animation at that. And then the third act had a little bit of live actionness to it, but it didn't overstay its welcome. But yeah, it was good. Antonio Banderas as the evil pirate, trying that again. The secret formula was stolen, and the whole Bikini Bottom was thrust into chaos and everything. And SpongeBob giving his hero speech before them folks said, "Yeah, you go do it." And talked about was hilarious as hell. Yes, that movie was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Has anyone here seen SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water?
I have
bits and pieces.
Avia?
I have not seen this one. I need to watch this one. I haven't seen this one yet.
It's good. It's good in my opinion. Aaron, you're the only one that's seen it. What are your opinion?
Movie. It was a good movie. It was a good blend of animation. As an animation nerd, like storyline was good. It was funny. It felt like they weren't just trying to dig up anything Steven was trying to do. Like it felt natural. Like that was honestly, that's the last SpongeBob movie, and it was very, very heart-wrenching, and had a lot of beats. It was everything I wanted after if we had a sequel to the SpongeBob movie, but it's still not the finale, so
yes,
still good. Great movie. I think that's why Nick is kids, and I think it's funny that you skipped over a movie.
Did I? I don't know.
You did.
Yep, you sure did. You sure did.
The perils of wearing the perils of wearing shades. Everybody behind the scenes is that you. I have to constantly. I don't know if you notice this, but I'm constantly tilting my head so the light can come through it, so I can read my screen. So I'm not being shady. I'm trying to now quickly
wear shades.
I'm trying to quickly find out. No, are y'all talking about the movie that there's actually two movies I have yet to talk about?
That's right.
And the first one was pseudo intentional because I think we all would like to forget it. But I'm going to say that one for last because reasons. But Dora and the Lost City. I have not seen the movie. All I will say is that Misha Green, you are doing the sequel to Tomb Raider. And all I ask is that you make it a crossover with this live action Dora the Explorer movie, because I saw a tweet that said Dora Bencroft, and my mind has not known peace since. And doing a movie with Dora the Explorer and Laura Croft looking for shit and playing it straight as a line and like just not trying to be self-referential, like just treating like both of those two entities exist in the same universe. It's the type of originality with existing properties that we need. And I believe in you, Misha. Restore the Lovecraft verse. Netflix, Amazon picked that up. And that's all I got to say about that.
I agree.
Hey, Misha, I just want to say, please don't do that.
All right.
It's the step where she can direct a Dora the Explorer movie or whatever, do a little sequel. But I need my Tomb Raider to have her own separate universe. We got some building to do with that. Because I'm still a little mad with the first one because I felt like when I got good into the Tomb Raider movie, it was over. So I know Misha's going to deliver. So all I can think about.
What if she did it with Angelina Jolie's Tomb Raider?
No, I mean, wait, like, hold on. We're not finna do that. I'm respectfully, we're not finna do that. Alicia Vikander worked her ass off to be Laura Croft. Her arms were on.
There could be a multiverse.
Wait, no, I'm saying like I was mad because it was like I felt like the storyline. Like I felt like when I got to her actually being Tomb Raider, it was over. She only did like one or two puzzles. I won't say that it was a bad movie. I enjoyed the movie.
Which is why we need Dora to up the stakes.
I don't need her. I don't need my Laura Croft asking them out where to go.
That's why you get Angelina Jolie's Laura Croft with Dora.
I don't I don't need it.
Y'all are tough. Y'all are tough.
Maybe an animated series for a spoof. Yes.
No spoof. Play it straight. We, the people of the universe, have moved past these type of crossovers being spoof only. We can understand and
I'm
accept.
so sorry, Rugrats and Wild Thornberries hurt you.
You know what? What have y'all seen this Dora Bittencroft movie?
Nope, I haven't seen this one.
That would be fire. Dora and Laura Croft in the same movie.
Dora,
for serious.
Dora. All I can hear is the theme song in my head with Laura Croft. Like, what is going on?
Like they're both explorers. They're both explorers. There's already mysticism in Dora's universe because Boots can talk in a talking map. Like, come on,
And
y'all.
a talking backpack. Like,
So Laura Croft gonna have a talking gun.
No, she ain't gotta have no talking stuff. It's just Dora having the talking stuff.
Laura Croft could be after the mystical fox creature, which is Swiper. There you go.
I'll pitch it to y'all after the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about the movie.
No.
The worst film I've ever had the audacity of experiencing based off of a television show I deeply love. The reason why Legend of Korra had such the bad production issues that it had in output. The reason why it's been 10 years and we still haven't had a proper follow-up of Avatar in any regards that does justice to both Aang and Korra. The reason why M. Night Shyamalan was on my get your ass whoop list for at least 5 years. The whitewashing catastrophe that is The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
This movie sucks. It should be ashamed of itself, and it somehow makes Dragon Ball Evolution looks all right by comparison. Fuck this movie. That's all I gotta say.
I think it's right there with Dragon Ball Evolution because, yeah. Ong, seeing Ong and Sokka, and I think they called her Katara, and I think there's a lot to unpack though with having the villains with the Fire Nation be the darkest ones, but in the series they were the lightest ones in terms of complexion. I mean, there's a lot to unpack there. The fact that the Earthbenders were on dirt and they couldn't Earthbend because they were just scared. Like, what the hell was that? They do that whole little dance, and then the Rock just go like.
Yeah, I had to stop respecting M. Night Shyamalan, and I know that sounds so pretentious and so nerdy and so like the bad nerdy and all of that, but I had to not mess with that dude after that movie. Like, I legitimately had to be on the wave of all of his movies suck. He should not direct anything else after that because that was just unforgivable. Like, Mike Avia.
Y'all pretty much summed it up. From the whitewashing to the bad acting to the fact they definitely screwed the pooch on this one. They screwed the pooch on this one for sure.
I was so upset because I went back and when they added the last Airbender of the series on Netflix, I went and started over. And I had never seen the movie, so then being refreshed and everything, and then I actually watched the movie. I was like, "This is not what I wanted to see." And then I was reading articles and about how the whitewashing, miscasting and everything like that, and I was just like, "Why would you even bother to even screw something up like that? That could have been a 3-movie franchise if you'd done it right."
Mm-hmm.
6, if we being honest. And when I say it messed up Legend of Korra, the reception that movie gave shell-shocked Nickelodeon because beforehand Avatar was one of the most acclaimed, if not the most acclaimed, Nickelodeon show they ever produced. And after the film, they were terrified to touch that franchise again. And that's why Legend of Korra had such a sloppy output of its episodes, its production on the seasons, and why a lot of the people find its finale to be so divisive because of how rushed it was. This is why when they announced all of those whack-ass Avatar spin-offs and live action things, people were very upset. And this is why the creators had to say, you know what, fuck all of that. We are going to take all of this stuff back and do it ourselves and try to fix the things that were broken. Shout outs to the comics because the comics do a very good job at keeping the spirit of both Korra and the original Avatar alive. But yeah, the damage this movie did, like yeah, they were very wishful thinking on that end.
Like they really thought they were doing something with that scene. Cause like if you know Azula, like she is the baddest of the bad, and she is only 14 years old. Like
ruthless, cold. Like it's just.
You did not get that at all.
I'm mad at M. Night all over again. I'm literally mad at him all over again. Let's keep going because we're not gonna focus on this shit movie. So now we're over to Disney. We're over to the Disney Channel, show movies.
Wait, time out. You missed Jimmy Neutron, so y'all didn't like Jimmy Neutron?
Jimmy Neutron doesn't count because Jimmy Neutron was the movie first, and then it became a show.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I had to. I got caught up too, but then I had to. Oh no, I don't, and I hate that because I love Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron I would have been praising that from here to Timbuktu. But now we over to the Disney Channel shows that got theatrical films, and the first of that is the DuckTales movie, which I didn't even know they had a theatrical release for the OG DuckTales series. So I'm gonna toss it over to Aaron because I haven't seen the movie. So Aaron, you get into it.
I hadn't seen that movie in a minute, but I do appreciate its impact. I appreciate it more for its impact than the actual movie, just because if it wasn't for DuckTales, we wouldn't have gotten like all these other movies based off of shows, because it showed it was a viable product. Like it was showing new interest in having its own animation house for Toon Disney content. Like I appreciate it for what it did. It was an okay movie. Like it got the job done. I think it was technically a series finale for the show. So, you know, apparently DuckTales had a lot of lore even before the reboot, this past, few years. So it's like it was a good movie. It did its job. I give it a solid head nod.
Yes,
it got a solid head nod from me.
It was good. It was a good movie, and also led up to the Lamp one too. The led up to that one, which is a good movie too. Yeah, it did what it. Aaron's right. It did what it had to do. Like it was a good little movie.
Yes. Mike, did you see the movie? Do you know anything about it?
Wait, what happened?
The 1990 DuckTales film. Did you see it?
Yeah, but I don't remember it.
Cool. So, the next one, we're going to actually skip over that one and save that one for last because I'm pretty sure
we're doing so much skipping.
Because that one is going to take a lot of time to talk about. I already know. And so we're going to go ahead and get some of the other ones out the way. The next one up is Doug's first movie.
Next.
All I'm going to say, because I actually own this on VHS for some reason, Disney's Doug, after watching the Nickelodeon documentary and hearing the origins of how Doug was started and what it represented, Disney Doug is a travesty, and Doug deserves to stay on Nickelodeon, and I do not count this movie nor its entire Disney run as canon to what the show does. Killer Tofu. Shout outs to the quail.
Yeah, I haven't seen this movie in years. I haven't seen it in years.
For good reason.
Yep.
And they had the audacity to call it Doug's first movie. Like it was going to be a damn series and shit. Like, no.
So can I ask why? Because I didn't know. Why did it go to Disney and left Nick? Why did that happen?
Simple. They did not renew Doug in enough time by like when Doug's syndication was up. Disney swooped in and took it before Nickelodeon had a chance to renew it. And yeah, well, I remember that being like one of the big things. I actually like, whoa, that's crazy that a cartoon, like, does that mean like Ed, Edd and Eddie could be on Nickelodeon if they swoop in and bought it or whatever? But yeah, basically when the syndication rights was up on Nickelodeon, Disney came in and bought it before Nickelodeon had a chance to re-up it.
So that makes perfect sense why it was coming on with Recess now.
Mike was super confused.
I was because I didn't understand. I thought it was just on both networks, but I didn't know that.
It was a
That's
shameless
crazy.
pilot. It was a shameless pilot.
That came out after Disney
Right.
was a thing on
Right.
Disney.
Right. It was supposed to be a pilot for the series, and it came out after. I'll never forget that. To let everybody know how old I am talking about this, I remember them talking about the fact that Doug was going to have his first movie and behind the scenes and all this stuff when I was watching the VHS for Inspector Gadget starring Matthew Broderick.
Oh, I remember.
Which is an
that
underrated
movie.
classic.
I remember that movie.
That was a good movie.
Yes.
Is that not on anybody's list?
It didn't start out as a Disney Channel show.
Yeah.
There were
This
several
is gross. I'm sorry.
There were several movies. There were several movies from Disney that didn't count due to those technicalities. Those were TV shows that got theatrical releases, but because trust me, there's one particular movie that I'm gun hot that is not on this list. Like
So that means next week we have to talk about everything else. Like, you know what? Y'all got it. Y'all have a good night.
This became a trilogy.
Like, it's like literally like. You know what?
All right, next up on the docket is the 2001 film release Recess School's Out, or as I like to call it.
That is my movie right there. I love that movie.
Or as I like to call it, my favorite cartoon military propaganda movie.
Yes.
Because it absolutely was.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely was.
It did its job.
It did do its job. So Recess for me, the movie.
No, let me not make that joke. Don't say that, Aaron.
Recess, the movie for me, it was like one of my favorite tropes where it's very clearly meant to be the end of something, but they're tying as much stuff up and they're doing all the things the normal show couldn't do. So it's set at summertime, which, you know, the whole premise of Recess is recess at school. So they're dealing with that. But so when you what do the characters do when they're not at school, when they have all of this free time to themselves, and then they're dealing with this maniacal new principal that somehow has access to all of these weapons and brainwashing and stuff like that. And it's just a fun romp. It's a fun romp. I put it up there with the Scooby-Doo movie and whatnot as movies that just is so goddamn over the top. You just gotta love it. Mm-hmm. And so definitely Recess did what it had to do. Not one of the best movies. I'll say that.
No, because you said Scooby-Doo movies. So we don't got Scooby-Doo on the list either.
Scooby-Doo wasn't a Cartoon Network. It existed before Cartoon Network. Trust me. Trust me. Yeah,
that Scooby-Doo is like really. Yeah, it wouldn't count. It wouldn't count.
Yeah, it wouldn't count.
Y'all made the books. Y'all cooking in the kitchen. I ain't got nothing to
Do you want some garlic? You want some garlic in it?
Nah, you can put a little, little Creole seasoning. You know, I don't say that twice now.
I got you.
So part 3 will 100% be everything else.
Cause golly, y'all, she's like. I hurt my feelings. I'm so mad it's hitting me like this right now. I've been thinking about it all day, but it's just sitting into me like it's a lot of these movies you like ain't on here, Mike.
I'm imagining you having a conversation about this with yourself all day. Like, Mike, don't this look funny to you? What you talking about, Mike? Like, don't this look funny to you, Mike? I don't see it, Mike. I'm telling you, this list is not what you think it is, dog. Nah, I think it's gonna be the truth.
This interview is over. Like,
shut it down.
Shut it.
And then Mike tell Mike, they don't even goddamn George of the Jungle, Mike. They ain't got Inspector Jagged, Mike. How you gonna say this list is good, Mike? You know what, Mike? You right.
No Scooby-Doo.
But yeah, Recess.
No Beauty and the Beast. No Little Mermaid.
Okay, you just talking
no
about
101 Dalmatians. No nothing. Like
movie. that had
I
shows.
know. Well, technically, but you
It
said it
can't be
had
the
to
other
come
way
out
around.
first. It can't be the y'all get on my nerves.
It can't be the other way around. I know what you were doing. I know
You know, I was
exactly where you were
going like,
We can't talk
God.
about Tarzan. We can't talk about 101 Dalmatians. Can't talk about Aladdin, Little Mermaid.
Part
Hercules,
3.
no,
Everything else, we will next week. We setting in stone now. What are y'all thoughts about Recess Schools Out?
I
It
love
did
it.
its thing.
As no,
Yeah.
I
Good
watch
job.
the cartoons. I watch Recess when it came on Saturday mornings, and I loved it. And I watched this in theaters, and it was one of the
Mm-hmm.
first DVDs that I bought myself. And it's one of those where I can just watch it over and over again because just the fact that TJ is lonely, and everyone feels like he's making up all this stuff about, he's saying all this military things happening. He's like, no, so he gets the game back together. And just, it reminds you of the show, and it was great, and it did what it needed to do.
No, it really did. Because, like, yeah, growing up, like, watching the series and then having all of that payoff in the movie, it was worth it. Plus, also, music nerd moment. If it wasn't for this movie, I would not have known about the Fifth Dimension version of Let the Sun Shine In. Catch
Yes,
more of us talking
yes,
about music on A&A. So,
yes,
it just, like, it
yes.
did its thing. The movie did its thing. Like, Principal Prickly was not as much of an asshole as we thought. Detweiler got some comeuppance, but at the same time, he got humbled. Like, everything, it worked. I don't know about, controlling the moon or nothing, but, like, it worked.
Right.
Mike,
I think it did just like the Rugrats did almost. It took a series and transformed into a movie and was able to continue the story. As you said, what can these kids do, outside of what they're normally doing and everything, what these characters can do outside the normal of what they do in the series. So it did a great job. I think actually this is probably a classic for me as well.
word to the mother. Rocking out with it. Next one up. And I'm just gonna I'm not even gonna try to build it up. Teacher's Pet 2004. Next.
I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't never seen it.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
saw
I
it.
haven't. If I did, it was a long time ago.
Oh, God, I'm the only one that saw it and remember.
It's on Disney Plus. I'll watch it this
It
weekend.
was
Right.
a
But
movie.
speak on it, Aaron. Speak on it.
It was a movie. I wasn't. I mean, the actual show it was alright, but like the movie just went like a whole step further. So for those that don't know, because Disney don't want to talk about this show. It was about a dog that wanted to be a human boy, and so he went to school with his owner. In the movie, he goes to a shady doctor in Florida and gets his brain put in a drifter, and he becomes a man who tries to go on dates with his owner's mother. So, like, this was a movie. It was a movie. Cute. It had the blue fairy from
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio, and had some okay. I mean, Nathan Lane is always funny, but yeah, that was a shady movie. It was different. Yep. The doctor, the way he found out about doctors, because he had a commercial on TV, and it was like so obviously a bad idea, but the dog was like, "Oh no, I need to go there."
So next up from 2009, Hannah Montana. I'm
not gonna lie to you. I worked at a movie theater when this was playing, and I swear to myself, I would not watch this movie.
You weren't gonna watch it? Well,
Because so many people, I'm be honest, I just really wasn't a major Hannah Montana fan. Like, I watched it when it first came out, but that was when Wizards of Waverly Place was either like midway and started to drift off, just like Sweet Life when it started to turn into Sweet Life on Deck, and that's when I fell off of Disney Channel, and that's why I was like, you know what, I'm not interested. I mean, Miley did great in it. I'm not, she did the thing in the movie, and of course, one of her big songs, "The Climb,"
That's right.
that everybody knows.
But
But it was,
right.
and also going into that, didn't make the list, but same with High School Musical 3. But anyway, that didn't make the list. But same.
Not you. Your movie didn't make it to the list either.
Look now, about half of my movie didn't make it to the next list. So I mean,
But yeah,
it was a good movie.
Yeah,
I didn't
three.
like that.
I still
My
like
three-
when she took her wig off. Funniest thing ever in my life.
Yeah, that's one of my 3 takeaways from it. The first one being that "The Climb" is legitimately one of Miley Cyrus's best songs, and like legitimately should established her as a true vocalist, which is why she had such a good post Disney career, because she actually can fucking sing. 2, the "Hold Down, Throw Down." Enough said. And 3, it kind of wrote the series into an unescapable box by showing that no one would really care if she just said she's not Hannah Montana anymore, that the purpose of her secret identity really never worked in the first place, because it was kind of all in her head. And it was more so, and it's actually, the more I've thought about this, which is fucking crazy, the more I've thought about this, is that Hannah Montana is the perfect character study that sometimes you can overthink yourself into doing shit that's unnecessary, and sometimes how we can let our fears stop us from really achieving the good we can do, which is why I was always impressed with, when they finally was wrapping up the series, how well they handled her finally saying, no, Hannah Montana was my stage person, but I'm really Miley. And then how, the entire series was always establishing, if Miley ever took off the wig, she will never have her life like she wanted it, or she had to live the double life like she was fucking Spider-Man or some shit. And the movie was like, the movie first established that no, who you are and what you do is more important, and you have that support system that already fucks with you a long way. So it's all about embracing who you are. And then when the series finally came around to doing that, it, in my opinion, hot take, it felt earned and it was cool.
So what
And
you're saying
Hannah
is
Montana.
that, I mean, what you're saying is there's always going to be another mountain. And
Oh my
And on the other side, it's the climb, yo.
Also, I think one day we need to have that talk about how Hannah Montana totally stole the plot line of Jim, but we're not ready for that.
I mean,
but Jim and the holograms.
But there were no cool supervillains for Miley to go up against. So did she really?
Executives were the supervillains. There you go.
You're gonna have to sell it to me a little bit more. But now we come to the one we skipped, but it's arguably, in my own personal ranking, this is number 2. And that is the movie that came out the year I was born, the 1995 masterpiece, If We Listen to Each Other's Heart. No, I just remembered they do not want that song being played anymore on YouTube, so I'm gonna stop there. But a Goofy movie. Whew, y'all go first, because I got a lot to say too.
Let me just start by saying it is a Black animated movie. I don't care what you say.
Yes.
I don't care what you say. It is a Black animated movie, because the fact that Powerline was a mixture of 2 Black pop stars, Bobby Brown and Prince. Like, come on. And then also the animator who did animated Roxanne was a Black woman. And then of course Max, just his personality, he is a Black kid. Like,
yes.
Come on now, come on. And then PJ is also Black, but he's but he's Black as well. All of them are. And
except for Bobby.
Except for Bobby. That's it.
Man, that movie is everything to me, yo. It's everything. The concept of son and father bonding and overcoming their differences that they perceive, the music, Is immaculate, just straight up. After Today, god dang, the road trip song. Of course, all of the Powerline songs in the movie is just straight.
Kevin Campbell. Kevin Campbell.
Kevin freaking Campbell.
Like he got when you got that Whitney stamp, when you got that Whitney Houston stamp, it's just what more can be done. And no, Whitney Houston and Mary J. Blige do not look alike. Just throwing it out there because I know some people think that's the case.
That's not what the quiz said, but you're right. But I mean, like, no, that movie, it did what we said SpongeBob, Recess, and Rugrats did. It was a perfect continuation of Goof Troop. Like, you got to see, Max going from this, kid who looks up to his dad but is kind of embarrassed to just flat out being embarrassed, want nothing to do with him. And then you got to put up with him on a road trip, and he just wanted to get to Roxanne at a damn house party. Like, that's the most 90s shit I've ever seen. Like, the soundtrack just, oh my God.
Iconic. That's it.
Iconic.
It stands out like the Tevin Campbell song. It made me see, like, it made everything eye to eye. Like, just, oh my God, that
eye to eye top 10. No, fuck that. Top 3 best Disney songs ever. Y'all can fight me if you want to. I got these hands.
Okay.
Real OG.
Like, I'm like with you, like that movie. No, that movie was fire. Just
Mike,
I could legitimately watch that anytime. Any place.
Because we watched it last month. We watched it recently.
And I will watch it again and again and again like it's brand new.
Like, is it on Amazon?
It's on Disney Plus.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yep.
I think we should do something with that.
I agree.
There's
a lot we could talk about with that movie.
We could definitely talk about it. Watching it, them Disney snipers.
Well, all we have to do is here's an open shout out. If anybody who knows this person, we can, collab with Toon Tariq. So, just saying, it's there. He has a really good video on Goofy Movie. He has a really good review. Like the movie
it's immaculate. It's great. It's
amazing that wasn't released in theaters.
Say it again for some people because we need to establish that because I know
the movie that was not released in theaters was just as top tier, but
Wait, what?
An extremely goofy movie was not released in theaters.
Look, it wasn't a top 10, but it did what it needed to do. It was a good continuation. It's better than Rugrats.
You talking about a sequel?
So
I'm not gonna lie. They lost me with Extreme Sports because one, I didn't like how they reset Goofy and Max's relationship again to make it seem like he was embarrassed. I didn't like it. Two, the music. Where's the music? I need my music. You already established this music that I like, and then you just go into Extreme Sports. If I wanted to watch a good Disney Extreme Sports movie, I would watch Brink or Johnny Tsunami.
That's what the movie will be for.
Not the Mighty Ducks.
Of course, well, the Mighty Ducks is a regular Disney movie, and
I'm
yes,
just playing. I'm talking.
No, but you're right. 100% Mighty Ducks. Shout outs to D3 Mighty Ducks with Keenan in there.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Yes. Also, the dude who plays Foggy Nelson in Daredevil, he was one of the original Mighty Ducks.
Yep.
Right.
Yes. But now we got to jump to number 3, and in my opinion, the number 1 movie out of all of these movies, the one that stands alone, and I'll explain why in a second. But Cartoon Network's sole theatrical outing, the Powerpuff Girls movie. Now, you might be asking yourself, why in the hell is the Powerpuff Girls movie the only Disney Cartoon Network show to have a theatrical movie? Well, it's simple. Because Cartoon Network sucked at doing these massive crossover things and translating them to these different mediums. The Powerpuff Girls movie was the single most expensive thing Cartoon Network did at the time. And they were expecting it to be a massive success because the show was a massive success. Unfortunately, they released it during a time where there was going to be no way in hell anybody would see the movie. And therefore, they never got the return on the show, which led to a lot of financial turmoil that ended up affecting Cartoon Network for about 10 years, unfortunately, which is a shame because Powerpuff Girls is legitimately one of the best animated movies I've ever seen. Craig McCracken, Lauren Faust, Gendy Tartakovsky just proved why they're such amazing storytellers, why they get the superhero genre as well as the animated genre so well. I even saw somebody compare the girls' plight to Clarkson BVS, and I gotta say, it ain't too far fetched. It ain't too fucking far fetched. It's really not. Seeing the Powerpuff Girls, seeing Professor Utonium long for a family, create, you see the origin, the true origin that they established in the cartoon, that Mojo was the professor's pet monkey, but he was evil then, and he messed it up. He's the one that shoved the professor into the Chemical X, which created the Girls. Which, watching it in the movie is hype as fuck, because you finally, and just me talking about it is getting me emotional. You finally see the iconic girls rising up out of the pot, and then the professor flipping out because he's like, oh my god. And then he realizes that's their birthday, and he immediately goes out to the store to buy them presents. And just the emotional relationship that is established between them, and then them going to kindergarten and not understanding how powerful they really are, and destroying the city, and how everybody hated them, and how that made the professor an outcast and everything. And then they get lured into hanging out with Mojo, which only makes things worse. And then they leave Earth just wholesale because they think that they're too dangerous for it, and and then the what makes them come back and seeing the professor almost getting killed by Mojo, which is just straight up like top tier superhero shit. And then at first they're just focusing on saving people and getting people out of danger, until that damn dirty ape grabbed the talking dog, and Buttercup just couldn't take it no more. She threw that fucking punch, and then it was over. It was whoop ass season from that point forward. It is just. It's just, and then they finally hit us with the iconic "not so fast" insert villain here line, and just when Mojo thought he was the shit because he got the Chemical X, and he had the mayor's top, the top of the mayor's building on his head as his goddamn it's just watch this movie. I don't care how you watch it. Watch this movie. It's top fucking tier. If you're not emotional by the end, when Tom Kenny finally hits you with and once again, for the first time, the day is saved thanks to the Powerpuff Girls. I don't know what to tell you. That shit is number one. Yeah. That is the GOAT. Shout outs to all of the voice actors and the actresses in that movie. It proves that when you do movies based off of animated properties, you don't have to oversaturate it with oh my god. I forgot one. I literally, we're going to have to go over, y'all, because I legitimately forgot a movie that got a theatrical release that started on Cartoon Network. And I'm gonna let y'all talk about Powerpuff Girls, and I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. like for shoot, for shoot. I legitimately forgot. So y'all praise Powerpuff Girls the movie. Yeah,
it's great because the tag scene is my favorite. Because they're at school they're like, what tag? You tall person, and then you're it. It's like, oh, okay. And then it's just cute. They're like, okay, they run slow. It's normal. Then Buttercup. Tag, you're it. And then they all go full force and they destroy the whole town, the whole city, and not knowing when they're just playing a game of tag. Every time that cracks me up. Like, are y'all not seeing that y'all like throwing each other in the building and causing all this damage?
Right. So much damage. Damage control, please.
Right. And then the Mojo scene, like when he's about to take over the city and all these other different monkeys. I am Jojo. I'm
that
was awesome.
Yeah, I still have it on DVD, paperback. Like full closet, like I still have it. Powerpuff Girls was my number one favorite Cartoon Network show, so I was happy that they got a movie. So to see them, I wish it could have been a continuing thing for them. But yeah, because they could have went further with that. So, but iconic. 10 out of 10. I cry every time they leave and go sit on the moon.
Yeah.
Like they sitting on the moon and then just, you know, it's just like they're just thinking like we're not good enough. We can't do nothing right. And it's just like to see them overcome that. Yeah. Perfection.
I'm trying to play it back in my head, but like I don't know how I ended up watching that movie by myself in theaters when I was just 10 years old, but there I was, but like, that movie, if it was not for that movie, just to get everyone to understand, I would not be the writer that I am, because that scene with them on the moon, like that made me realize, like, oh, that's how you tell a story right there. That's how you convey emotion right there. Like, yes, that. Oh my God, y'all talking about everything that was great. The tag scene, the emotional depth, like Buttercup throwing that first punch, and all of the Mojo Jojo ripoffs are just like boom, 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 and Mojo Jojo finally getting pissed off enough to go drink some Chemical X to be the top one. Like, oh my God, yeah, no, it was. Yeah.
Yes. Like, I low-key want to watch that right now.
Right.
Watch it.
Right.
Watch it. Treat yourself.
Yes.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself.
Exactly.
But yeah. But speaking of cheating us out of something, I literally forgot it. And it wasn't until I was talking about the voice actors that I was reminded that the incomparable Tara Strong, who I mentioned earlier, she plays Bubbles. There's another famous cartoon character that she plays, and that's Raven.
Yeah.
And there's a show, 2 of them, in fact, that Raven appears in. There's Teen Titans, and then there's Teen Titans Go. And in 2018, in fact, I apologize, Teen Titans Go to the Movies was released, and Teen Titans Go is a 100% Cartoon Network original show. It's a 100% original show. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, after 4 years of doing content in some capacity, I get to tell the world that Teen Titans Go to the Movies is one of the best DC movies released in the last 5 years. And yes, I'm done putting that with Joker, the Snyder stuff, Wonder Woman, Birds of Prey. I'm putting it with all of that shit because that was one of the funniest fucking movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And I don't give a damn what you think of Teen Titans Go, the show. I don't care how mad you are that they didn't continue the original show. Everything good about the concept of Teen Titans, the animated series, both Go and OG, is perfectly encapsulated in this film. From the musical numbers to the self-parodies to the fact that it had heart, which was the one fucking thing people love about Teen Titans is when they show heart, to the fact that they had a long-running poop gag that didn't fucking derail the movie. Like, it's like I literally, at my big-ass age, watched that film with my brother, his wife, my 2 cousins, and was laughing my ass off the entire fucking movie. Like, not, oh, it's so bad. Like, literally, the fact that they had the upbeat, inspirational song, like, that shit was fucking hilarious. And then they killed the dude singing it and they had to run when they were going back in time and stopping all of the superhero origins, stop Krypton from the funniest thing in this movie. And if you ever, for all of you jabronis out there that say the Zack Snyder films are too fucking dark, this movie had the darkest joke in the history of DC when they realized they had to put everything back the way it was after they saved Martha and Thomas Wayne, they literally put the pearls back around her neck and pushed them back into the alley, and the next thing you see is gunshot flashes in the alley of them getting shot with Bruce watching it.
Oh.
That shit was hilarious. That was fucking hilarious. You guys should watch that shit on HBO Max right the fuck now. Teen Titans Go to the Movie is hilarious. It's heartfelt. The voice cast, as always, for over a decade, going on 2 decades, still brings it. As Robin, Beast Boy, Raven, Cyborg, Starfire, playing them in a completely different medium. It's just amazing. It's fun. It's literally, I've literally said this is one of the most feel good. You know, they keep grasping at these funny and optimistic and heartfelt films. Well, they have one right the fuck here, and it's better than anything else they could ever do. And they've tried. It's right there. Teen Titans Goes to the Movies. It's not some grand epic. It's not some forward progressive thinking film. It is just a legitimately hilarious film that's for everybody, makes everybody laugh, and I dare you not to have a good time watching it. I dare you not to have a good time watching it. Whew.
Like Ben Affleck, I agree.
I'm gonna watch it now because you're so hype about it right now. So I'm going.
Cause it's
Right.
It's,
I've seen the trailers and I've seen clips, but I've never watched it from beginning to end.
it's fucking it's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's literally like the goddamn Robin song when he's finally getting his movie, because like that's y'all watch it and y'all get back at me. Y'all watch it and get back at me. It's just so fucking good.
I enjoy the meta humor. I'm here because the meta humor was like that actually was really, really, really funny, because I like it when I don't know. I just I don't know how they got away with half of them jokes. Especially like when they were poking fun at Warner Brothers, encompassing, like, shit was really hilarious.
Nicolas Cage as Superman.
Yes.
Lil Yachty as Jon Stewart.
Yep.
Halsey as Wonder Woman. Come on, yo.
Hell of a cast.
Yeah.
And that's why Cartoon Network wins. Anyway.
Yes, that is exactly why Cartoon Network wins.
Just like a M. Night Shyamalan twist. Y'all thought I was here for Nickelodeon. Nah.
No, it should have been obvious that Cartoon Network was absolutely going to win with this one. With just Powerpuff Girls.
Look at Mike.
Yeah, unless like even though I just remember Teen Titans Go, it was absolutely obvious that SpongeBob is definitely number 3 compared to Goofy Movie, and then Goofy Movie doesn't have
literally SpongeBob, Goofy Movie,
Powerpuff Girls,
PPG.
I don't know why you looking at me in this side look, Mike.
My God, is this who we are? Is this what we represent?
Yes, it is.
So part 3, everybody, part 3 of this trilogy. Question mark trilogy, because Mike might find the omission next week and say we got to do a part 4 because we got to talk about this.
Hey, come on, five arc. Come on,
let's go.
I mean, it is we are celebrating animation month, so it fits right perfectly with our arc for this.
I mean,
month, so.
Then we could talk about
I'm with it.
Animation that wasn't meant for the kids.
Yep.
One thing,
we still haven't got into Adult Swim really like that.
One step at a time. Next week, part 3, we're gonna be talking about the rest of the movies that we didn't talk about. That's what we're gonna be talking about. So that means Pokemon, Scooby-Doo, High School Musical 3.
Wait, which Scooby-Doos?
All of them.
Oh wow.
So Ghoul School, like going back to like Ghoul School.
Oh, Ghoul School, come on.
Yeah, Cartoon Network is how I found out about Ghoul School and 13 Ghosts, etc., etc. So,
oh, that brings me back.
Trouble in Tokyo.
Yes.
Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I'm here for that.
So yeah, y'all homework, as Joe would say, is to watch Teen Titans Go to the Movies and get back at me.
And then we can talk about adult animation, because I got opinions about Cool World that need to be heard. Y'all ain't never heard that movie, so
I have. I remember I watched that shit because I thought it was Roger Rabbit, and I said, "Where the fuck is Roger Rabbit?" And then it's like, "Oh, it's not Roger Rabbit."
Instead of Roger Rabbit, it's Brad Pitt.
Right.
when Homegirl was killing everybody by sucking them back up into the pen and shit. But
question, like,
yeah.
I know y'all love it when I know y'all love it when I confirm that I know what y'all talking about by just naming the most mundane thing about the fucking thing.
Where does Cool World fit?
Nowhere, because it's actually not. It's not on anything. It's just literally an adult animation.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z movies, yeah, that also counts because those aired on the CN
Sailor
religiously.
Moon, and yes, Mike, I'm gonna watch it.
Yes,
I gave up on y'all.
Gave up? That's crazy. Matter of fact, since you gave up on us, you be the first one to sign out tonight. Let them know who you is. So he finna click something, y'all. He clicking stuff. Yeah, that's all crazy. It's all good. We'll wait. That's really, I tell you about these folks. Avia, let them know who you is.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You can find me on all social media platforms at Avia Knighton. You can find me here on Wednesdays with my MulDiversity family. You can also find me on episode of What, as well as the revamp of the A&A show. And we did a 3-episode arc of the Spice Girls. So check that out. And also, yeah, reviews and articles on Medium, as well as Joe's website, The Black Kid.
Yes. Now we're going to toss it back to Mike.
Dang. Mike did quicker than Warner Brothers on the Snyder content, huh?
Which, by the way, how the fuck are they going to have metrics for Tomorrow War 3 days after it comes out? But we still don't know what the fuck the numbers is for the Snyder Cut. Oh, wait, we do, because it was successful. And Warner Brothers are a bunch of bitches. Aaron, you a year ago. Yes, wait, never mind. Mike's back.
Oh, wow.
Tell them where they can find you, what you got. Because I hear you got some important things happening over the next couple of Fridays.
Who said that?
Oh, my goodness. Michael.
You did.
That. I said that. Yeah. Open mic is returning on Friday. Super excited. Gonna have some mutuals and some people come in, some Twitch streamers, some other podcasters, some writers, some screenwriters. It's gonna be real fun. Have my bro come on too. We're gonna talk about Final Fantasy. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully this other thing happens. Hopefully this stuff continues to load.
Yes, I don't know. I have no clue what Mike is alluding to, but I'm just going to say yes. Aaron, the water burr.
Yes, that's a Aquarius thing for those that don't know. Yeah. Y'all know who I am. Y'all know where you can find me. Y'all know what I'm on. I ain't gotta tell y'all no more. You know, well, you've seen me on such hit tweets such as Snyder fans, where there's smoke, there is fire. So, somewhere in that realm, just,
Also, some tweet about, are we really going to pretend that? Oh, wait. No,
that's awesome.
And per the usual, it's me, it's Quaman Star G, and I'm here as always on MulDiversity, and that's where you can find me every Wednesday on MulDiversity. And now I am proud to let you guys know that every Monday, tentatively, Q Rants will be dropping to bless you with anger and rage at certain things that I'm angry and enraged about. And next week, I am going to be putting my sock on, putting my size 13 Timberland on, stretch my knee so I don't buckle and click when I go for the kick, and I'm gonna be kicking Mortal Kombat 11 square in its ass, and so will Northern Realm get it too, for their atrocious communication and treatment of the fans and this game as a whole. Because you heard it here from me first, Mortal Kombat 11 was the most disappointing video game I played in the last 2 years. And I mean that. And y'all will hear that next Monday. And you can just find me here Wednesday with the bros and the girls and the dudes and the dudettes and the peoples and the lovely people. And I'm running out of things to say about multiple people. So you can find me with them every Wednesday. And weekends, Friday or Saturday on MD Gaming, playing video games. And you can find me every Sunday on Into the Quniverse with my brother on Facebook Live, where we talk about everything geeky, gamey, and nerdy. And yeah. And before I sign out, I just want to say that That DC Marvel Spaces was something else last night. It really was. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Say peace out, y'all. Peace. We could have did that better. Not this show, but the DC Marvel Spaces. We could us collectively, we could have did a better one than them. I just want to say that. But those were good people. They were young guns, but we could have did we could have did that a little bit better than them.
That's all, folks.